speeches al paktibu. The reason is, formal speeches is like a straight jacket. It does not give you the opportunity to widen your scope. But at the same time, it's also very dangerous when you come and speak without a formal speech. So please, you feel free to stop me when you see that I'm continuing talking. Now, I really want to thank Almighty God for this opportunity for this particular day. And I want to thank the opportunity that has been given to us by His Excellency the President of the Republic of South Sudan, none other than His Excellency Salva Kiir Mayardit. Yesterday, we spent almost 7 or 8 hours in the presidency, and we spent a couple of hours with the President, and all of us were there. You might have seen it on television yesterday. Some of our colleagues were being sworn in, and we were there and we spoke. Some of the things I'll be given for television, again, there are some critical messages that His Excellency the President gave, which I thought, with his permission, I think I will relate to you. Number one, he was able to mention, and my brother, the Deputy Commissioner General, Albino, that also actually mentioned, the President mentioned specifically that you must raise the bar up. The Talabjai may raise the bar up. The awamir, the ta'alimat, it is not negotiable. You cannot negotiate it. The President of the Republic of South Sudan said it. Alas, raise the bar up. The President has said it. Manatu, we have to take it seriously. Number two, the President said that when people are relieved, it is not a punishment. It's not a punishment. It's not at all. Pasankita, when people are changed, depending on how long one has served, it is not a punishment. Numratalata, Rais Dotana Bugul, this time, anybody who is relieved, before it attempts to bed come or bed, you will be audited in terms of your life, whether it's a social life, whether it's your behavior, whether it's your performance. You will be audited. Katabadak, you will be given a certificate of security clearance. Cleaners al-Shtagal Mahana Yondak, you will admit to be able to kill about a security certificate of security clearance. We used to give. National security will sign, and Buguli Tapur, intervention to Ay Mahal. Again, without it, no, you cannot go away. Manatu, the President is emphasizing Muhasaba. The Kullu Shawal, Arena Bukun Shagalin Fogo, Ma Dururi NRA, the Jesh, and the National Security, and the Uzarat, and so forth. He's emphasizing that. So these are the critical messages that the President mentioned yesterday. Lomaza Rumar television. And I'm sure the President gave us the permission to relay the messages to all of you. Lema ya adab bita NRA kullu. Ana mutaakid lo kan wadi fursa maalla kan bamla al-adi para inak. Lakin we decided that kalina kafafu kalam da. بالنسبة لي أنا كنت داير تكريم ده يكون لمنو to my brother who is coming to NRA, because he's coming here to this new institution. But for me, my best is min jeba bata yumin le jeba bata shamal. Lo ana labis bontalon o gemis manata na nutu min jeba bata bontalon le jeba bata gemis ko. This is basically what happened. So I really wanted this day to be the day of our brother Binotak. I remember the last conversation we had with him when I was a governor of the country, We used to meet with them, we used to talk. Little did we know that we will come and work together. We used to share experiences. We used to share those experiences. And for some reason, we finally, our path met. The National Revenue Authority. And today we are going to work together. I want to pledge my support to you that we will work together. And I believe that Intasinito Kalamumbari, Zon Kibirkel, Mungala Africano, they love is Tegia Ketir. To Tegia Dana Liatu, Futania, Tufitania. Manatu, I will be having other responsibilities outside. Manatu, the chief administrator, the person who will run the show, Yao, the Deputy Commissioner General, and the human resources and the finances, conditional. My responsibility is to provide the leadership and the guidance. My responsibility is to provide the policy direction. Now, the policy direction that we're talking about, the Mahaja Benjamin Mafish. We don't create it from nowhere. It was a meto, I will Sowalo Salone Umbare and a strategic plan. And we have strategic plan and we even have beyond. I really want to bring to your attention and thank our colleague, Mariel Bueno. Mariel is our Deputy Commissioner for Research and Planning. And I am even told girl is Idu Kamaniko Research and Planning and Development. Oh, Kalamdesa, Mariel worked with me in the development of our strategic plan. With some of you, our colleagues. We traveled to Malakal. We traveled to Wow. We traveled to places and places and places and places to gather the opinion, the thinking, the perception, the input of our brothers and sisters who are there and their experiences so that we are able to build a credible corporate strategic plan within about 5 years. For the document we have, it's not a desktop document, this Katabujoeni or Talao, is a document, no. It was subjected to all sorts of stages, which was not only limited to Juba. And today we have a credible strategic plan, you can sit down. And it was taken not only to the economic cluster, not only to the cabinet, but Mashallah in the Parliament. And it was passed. Manatu, it has the credibility. So, when we start talking about providing strategic leadership, providing policies, we will not provide anything kharij strategy al-fi mawjud. لأنه كلام محاسبة. All of us in National Revenue Authority, we are going to be held accountable for what we say we will do, not for what we did not say we will do. You know, muhasaba bukun asab kalama ninte gute tamashi taamolo. Mabe sabuk le kalama ninte gute tamap taamolo. When I say, if you are trying to hold me responsible for what I said I did not do, then that is not accountability because I did not say I'm going to do it. So why do you have to hold me responsible? And now too, we are going to be held responsible for the strategic plan that we did. And all of you will have to anchor all your plans, whether it's a quarterly plan, whether it's an annual plan, whether it's a daily plan, it will have to be anchored on the strategic plan that we have. And it's not wishful thinking. And once you anchor that, then that will clearly define the type of budget that you require, the type of resources that you require. And eventually, it will help us reach the vision that we are talking about here. This is the standard practice that is happening everywhere. And this institution will be respected, will have credibility, even at the regional level, at the international level, if we have all these things in place. For the kind of leadership I'm talking about, that we'll be providing you, will be based on that. Aya haja kharij kalam de ma leadership, de biga haja tani. Okay? So, the musila kabir بالنسبة لنا jihad alimat raise, let us raise the bar. That means the expectation is very high. My brothers and sisters, with the permission of the acting chair of the board, when I was appointed to the National Revenue Authority, one of the statements I mentioned here, I said, what is happening to Junub Sudan, it's a national security concern. When I say national security concern, it's not the building, I'm talking about the survivability of this country. This is what I'm talking about. And yesterday, I reiterated it to His Excellency the President. I said, we're at war. And the war is not a military war. The battle space has shifted to an economic war. We are being chopped. We are being strangulated. We are being misinterpreted. All sorts of negative narratives have been said about us, and so forth. The hak betomon as anumoni aktibu hajat and Junub Sudan. The hak betomon. Do you know why? The world is not ruled on the basis of morality. Based on masla, the interests. So our interest also is to write bad things about them. Our interest is to project our interests. We have to defend it and protect it and so forth. But this requires strategic communication that is controlled. Ma mungkin Africano Mande bekele haja batawa barao, or our brother Albino Dag will say haja batawa barao, Victor Konater will say haja batawa barao. No. What I say is what he will say, what somebody will say. Fasan kida, kullu kalam farik al-gadina tibo and Junub Sudan, we are a corrupt country, we are a failed state, we are shunu. Ma they had botanas de la sanaktim hajat anna. It's their national interest to see to it that we are what they think they want us to be. But those things are happening because there are conduits. We are the ones feeding them with such kind of information. I will start feeding them with negative narratives. Kawaja, Bakti Bohaja, Obi support Obogal, anonymous. I'm citing anonymous reference. Anonymous reference, Madazol and Tapolo Bruce, the Tarachar, and Angali to Kelim Kalamde, again is Makmabes Arbogo. This is what is happening. This is what is happening. So, Lemafiu Mujamala. A lot of things have been said about us. The replay we had a meeting in Manasbetal Finance Intelligence Unit, Manasbetal Anti-Smuggle, Anti-Money Laundering Unit, Wanas Naina. They have a number of recommendations that were passed, that as a country, we need to meet those recommendations. And NRA will not escape it also. If we don't meet those recommendations, then we shall be put in a blacklist. And when we are blacklisted, we will be strangled. So this is the economic war I'm talking about. You are a part of that economic war. That means you need to really perform and work hard so that you are able to contribute to your share. What is required of you, as an Wizara Mahalia, the central government, the central bank will be able to perform. Lema Bugul, you are not working. Ana Bugul Mabruk Alekum. Mabruk Alekum, you have really outperformed. I remember when we came to the National Revenue Authority, the collection was about 3-4 billion. Now we are talking about 23 billion, we are talking about you know. Lema Shaman Yamin Mafish. But what we want this time, and I emphasize that on Bari, and I've been talking, we need to have a robust department that are revenue accounting, verification, and reconciliation. This thing has to happen. We have to put it in place. The reason is, on a paper, we have collected 23 billion. Lakin lo wasal fe sabatan Wizara Malia Bugulli, it is only 18 billion. Then what happened to Nusina? And when I am asked, I will say, I will go and ask. And when I go and ask, that one will say, he or she is going to ask. And then it goes, and then Sharkan Beji, the same thing continues to repeat itself. Fana Bugul, this, we have to address it unless we have a robust department with the revenue accounting, verification and reconciliation, so that at $1 can mawasulu Talama al-Bugulugal guide list of the pipeline, but you know, the commercial banks are business entities and we have entrusted them. They have contracts with us. Sometimes they can even hold our money but do for 2 to 3 days, my overnight lending, so they trade on our money and then they release it later. And we're keeping quiet, we're watching them. Manatu, maybe we're collaborating with them. So, in conclusion, you know, as an sirga yamul nipsu, they itifagia ben nafren. Zon al-harami wa zon al-musrug al-sarago haja batum. They itifagia batam. Into locality shubak batak fadi. Uzol tani jakasho shalo gurush minna. Ma they itifagia batam nafren. Why did you leave your window open when you know that there is somebody who is interested in that? Lo fi zulum ga da mun nafsu da itifagia batam nafren. Ita tabul energize the zulum ne. You accept it and then the zulumu. So don't make noise. But intentional or unintentional. I will stop. Girl, it is about our sisters. You know, this surah will 5%, no, 35% with an-Nuswan. Ufimar of 10% okay da. Nam da hak badam. Fana gan nagul yum da kana gan jama hak da ma bes beji kida. It's not something bes beji kida. Madeti fagia bata naferen bata mara oragil that either izulumuk wala ma izulumuk. Fana gal sadaf binu yom min al-ayam fi talata nas kan mashin ziyara. Itnin nasawin wa wahid rajil ma'am. But you know, when you are going into bigger fitting nasawin wa ragil, you have to be very careful of what you say and what you do. Mon masha jahanin. And then mon karar bilu mon dari nem fishteri jidad bugulo jidad dal tanal kamil de ay jidad junu mukarfaj dalam shi jibu jidad de zamanu masha liko basic nin jidad ya ofi awwal haja nasawin de bugula aywa kalitu daiman gaditu zulumanina durde nan ya anin aglabiya de anina tep tshuf narde بشوف حاجة لازم يقسموه إيكوال ما بزول يظلموه فالراجل اللي شافه زي ده قال ما في مشكلة قام كده شيلوا الاثنين جداد المكرفج ده تقسم اللي عشان ما إتو كرانا ما ظلمتوا فمرة نمرواي شالوا جداد ده قوم قسم فلوس قام قال يا هو حق بتاع 50% 50% ما في كلام كده فهو شيلوا عبده مرة نمرة اثنين ده قام قال إتو ما كلام ظلم بتاعكم ده النهارده ولا we have to divide it 50-50. Dam decimu kaman 50 dam model ragel. And then ragel le fadul bekam. Why did that? Or nasawin le buga biaku lose butama we cannot be cheated. We cannot be cheated. Not machine. So it is an intentional or intentional to forgive ben nafren le zulum yamul nafsu le sirga yamul nafsu. So, the idea of Fuwaraga, Murihaja Tane Barao, Yala,